What's up, guys? Miguel here from Torrance Tech. Today we are reviewing the DigiBox. I totally went blank. Today we're reviewing the DigiBox TV Android boxes. These are one of these boxes that promise no subscription a month and give you the world. This box right now is coming in at $330, so it is in prime competitor with the other boxes like VC and SuperBox. This one is the D6 Max. Also, when you purchase this one, they give you an HDMI cable and then they give you like a secondary present. Sometimes it's a USB drive or a like a phone holster type of scenario. I'll put a picture of what it looks like over here. So typically with these boxes, what I like to do is I like to flip to the top down view. I like to do an unedited how long it's going to take from going from unboxing to actually watching live content to give you an idea of how long it's going to take without editing. So we're going to do that. I do want to preference that I don't think this box was brand new because it was open. It seemed to already have everything like kind of loaded onto it. So it might have been a review unit and not an actual like brand new box off the shelf. So I reset it back to factory settings. We're going to switch to the top down view. We're going to get a real world estimate on how long it takes from going unboxing to actually watching live content. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk about the specs. We're going to talk about what it has and all the bells and whistles and my impressions on it. So let's switch to the top down view and see how long it takes us to watch some TV. All right, let's do this. All right. And here we go. So we got the box, we got the external monitor. This is hooked up to a power bank, the monitor. So this way we get a little bit. I put this up at an angle here. So all right, so again, this segment is see how long it takes us from out of the box to watching live content, no cuts, and actually, we need a timer. Let's put a timer on the clock. The timer right here, perfect, and let's begin. Now this wire is to connect to this external monitor because it's a special connection that usually these boxes don't come with. All right, so let's take out the box. And like always, so we have the remote, we have the HDMI, and I do cheat by putting batteries in here. These boxes do not come with batteries, so don't expect a battery for the remotes. Let's put this back. This over here. All right, so let's do the batteries. Now, the shitty part about these uncut versions is I usually say shit, and people like to make fun of me for it because I don't edit them out, which is fine. It's all good. If I could find the damn hole, maybe I do it upside down. All right, there we go. It's not like I haven't done this a million times. Now, this does come with USB-C. However, this is a low voltage USB-C, so it won't work without like a power bank type of scenario. All right, plugged it in, and we're off. Gotta say, the remote is totally different than I'm expected. Usually these remotes are huge, but this one is kind of just tiny. All right, so we want to press the OK and the mute down button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Then release. Let's try it again. Oh, there he goes. All right, next. United States. Is that Eastern time? Eastern time. We're gonna pick 12-hour format. Let's set up the Wi-Fi. I'm going to blur this part out. All right. So we're in the box. Let's make sure we don't have any type of updates that needs to be done, because that has caused issues in the past. No new version. Perfect. All right, so let's get to the apps. Now, as you can tell, it doesn't come loaded with anything, so you do have to download the apps that everybody wants. And in this case, they're going to be the cat apps. So anything with cat on there, that's the apps that you want to start downloading. So we're going to download all of them before we the hot cat. You can guess what that is. And that's it. We should be done. Confirm exit. All right, let's go to, actually it might be, let's go, I think it's Cat Live. That's what we want to do. Cat Live is the live TV. Now all right, well, we'll go back to that. And there we have it. We're watching live TV. So let's stop it. Now, listen, 7 minutes, I get it, but we did a whole bunch of stuff. We downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. So we probably could have been done, like if I went right for the app, we probably could have been done in 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. So the extra 3 minutes was just me downloading everything and then organizing everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to plug this into the capture card, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the menu and, what we got here. One thing I do want to say while we are here, I have never seen that before. allow cat to make and manage phone calls. That is a first with all these boxes that I've reviewed. I've never seen that specific allow feature. And I got to tell you, it makes me a little bit uneasy for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why. I mean, you could just hit don't allow, but I'm not sure why. I've never seen this on any of the boxes that I've reviewed. But I'm just going to hit allow to it. Like the photos and medias, that's fine. I've seen that plenty of times before. It's just the phone call one that has left me a little bit like, who are we dialing here? Let me plug this into the capture card and we're going to talk more about what let's talk about the box a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the actual channels and the layout. All right. Okay. So we are back. Let's talk about the actual box itself. Let's take a look around the box and see what it actually is. Let's see what what's around the box. All right. So we got gigabit Ethernet. We got AK Ultra HD, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal eMMC storage, and this is the D6 Max. Let's take a look around here. We got USB 4. So now these are USB 4 ports. It's not 4.0 or anything. It's USB. It has 4 ports. Every one of those ports is 2.0 ports. Just so you're aware, this is H.2.65 encoding, decoding. CPU is the Cortex A53, which is very common for these boxes, along with the Mali GPU. This comes with the Wi-Fi 2T2R, always a tongue twister with that. On the other side, we have Bluetooth 5.0, Android 12, and Wi-Fi 6, and over-the-air activation. Android 12 is a little bit older, but it is tried and true. That's why a lot of these boxes like to keep to this. Here on the back, nothing really going crazy, and we could open this up to kind of just go over what we had in the box. And again, we had instructions that, nobody likes to use or read. And then we have an HDMI cable and then everything else you saw. So let's get into the actual product itself. All right. So the DigiBox. Let's take a look at this thing. Now, this is a little different. This is a lot different than typically the ones I review. This one just seems a lot more beefier. So let's take a look at the ports. So we got the TF, we got the mini SD card ports over here. So if you want to expand the storage, we have 2 of the 4 USB 2.0s. We have another one here and another one here. So these make up the 4. We have the AV, the gigabit Ethernet, the HDMI, the optical USB. Now this, like I said before, this does get powered via USB-C, except it's low power USB-C. So if I was to plug in my power bank into it, it actually wouldn't power it up. And I will kind of show you that. So we have an anchor here, typical anchor. Let's just unplug it, plug it in. And as you can see, it will not power the device, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I would like the USB-C to be able to use for that, but I get it. So you're kind of stuck using this this cord. Let's talk about the remote really quick. The remote is really simplistic. I mean, out of all the boxes that I've ever seen, this is a very straightforward remote. Usually you get these really big remotes, and this one is pretty straightforward. I mean, you got your numbers, it's really, really small. I actually kind of like it. It fits very nicely in my hand. And I really like how simplistic it is. The most interesting part of the D6 Max, honestly, isn't even the box. So after using it for a couple days, here's where I stand. At around $330, this is sitting right in the same price range as the boxes like VC and SuperBox. So the question is simple. Does this actually do anything different, or is it just another Android box in a nicer shell? Now, hardware-wise, it's fine. It feels beefier than a lot of the other cheaper boxes out there, Like, I like the design. I like that there's no giant antennas sticking from the back of it. And I like that it uses USB-C as for power. But let's be real about the USB-C thing. It's only half a win because it still needs to include the low power adapter. I tried putting into a power bank and it didn't power on. So this isn't exactly plug and play into anything that's USB-C and go. Nice idea, but not fully there. Now the USB-A ports are also 2.0, which works, but at this price point, I would have loved to see 3.0 or 3.1. Not necessarily a deal breaker, but just worth pointing out at this point. Now, setup took me around 7 minutes, but that included me downloading all the apps. If it was just trying to get it from opening box to live TV, it would have probably been closer to 5 to 6 minutes, which puts it right in the realm of VC and other premium boxes in this category. Now, the apps is where these things matter. The DigiBox includes its own cat app setup, and across those apps I saw roughly around 3,500 channels available. Now, I didn't test every single channel because I like to think I have a life, but but I sampled across different categories and everything loaded really quickly. The content was mixed and it's pretty broad. You got Western channels, international channels, Asian content, Latin American content, and dedicated Latin American app, which hundreds of channels from different countries. That was actually pretty solid. Now, the one small downside is that the VOD app was a little strange. Even under the Western section, most of what I saw was Asian content. So if you're expecting a massive Western style movie and TV on demand library, this did not feel like it from when I tested it. Now, there's also mature content access on here, which I'm obviously not going to show on YouTube, but it's something that separates it from some of the entry-level boxes around the same price point. Now, performance was strong, so I tested it over Wi-Fi, and even with my bandwidth restrictions on my network, the channels loaded really fast. The interface felt responsive, and I didn't run into any notable lag while jumping around from channels. Now, the remote is smaller than I expected, but I actually ended up liking it. It's compact, it's responsive, and it's easy to use. Now, the biggest surprise was the mobile app. That's right, you heard me correctly. Now, this is a feature I have not seen on other boxes I've reviewed. With this one, you can install an app on your Android phone, link it to your account, and watch live content on the go. And that changes the value of this box because now it's not just tied to your TV. You're basically getting a box experience plus a mobile companion app. And that to me is this box's standout feature. So the final verdict, the DigiBox D6 Max is a solid box. It's not perfect. The VOD side could be better. The USB ports could be newer. And the USB-C power setup is not as flexible as I'd like. But the live TV performance was good. The channel variety was strong. And setup was quick. The build feels better than average. And the mobile app gives it something different from the usual copy and paste Android box formula. If I've purchased this myself, I wouldn't have felt ripped off. And with these boxes, that's honestly pretty much half the battle. Now, DigiBox did send this over for review, and I do have an affiliate link. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link below along with maybe a discount code if it's available. And that's it for this one. This is the D6 Max. Much more interesting than I expected. I'll see you on the next one, and don't forget to take care, guys.